welcome to my channel. My name is Maria, and today I'm actually going to review the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I actually got it when it first launched, but I wanted some time to test it out, to play with the palette for a little bit before I actually review it, to have, actual feedback about it. Alright, so the packaging is white. You can see it says Jaclyn Hill and Morphe in metallic. And when we see the back, we have 4 pictures of Jaclyn, and it says, "Creating this palette truly has been a dream come true for me. Morphe gave me full creative control and allowed me to customize my dream palette for everyone to enjoy. Every shade was customized by me, and I really hope you guys love it as much as I do. I wanted a range of neutrals and pops of colors to accommodate all skin tones. I put my heart and soul into this palette, and I hope my pickiness pays off. Hugs and kisses, Jaclyn." So I do like the packaging, but I really wish, I believe that these photos were taken actually 2 years before, so I really wish that they had updated them, to see a more modern photos of Jaclyn, more actualized pictures of Jaclyn. But overall, she still looks great in them. She always looks great. I do love the pictures, though. Don't get me wrong. And what she wrote is so cute. So on to the actual palette. I do like to keep it in the bubble wrap. So, if it falls or something, which I don't let it fall, it has at least some sort of protection. So I did read that a lot of people are actually complaining that they didn't get the names of the colors in their palette, but I did get them. This was inside the box that it came in. It says Morphe Jaclyn Hill, now available online and in store. It has a picture of Jaclyn and the palette on her eyes. And on the back, it does have the shades, and it has the names of the shades on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that well. There you go. There it is. So I think that people actually, either they didn't look well, or they didn't really receive it. Maybe they didn't, or maybe just people actually wanted the little clear thing inside the palette that looks big enough. Okay, so this is the palette itself. The front of the palette does look like the packaging itself. It's the same one. And on the back, it says Morphe times Jaclyn Hill, and it has a lot of JH's on it. Jaclyn Hill. There we go. It's a little dirty because I've been using it a lot. I use it practically every day. So as soon as we open it, I do keep the plastic thing on it so this doesn't get dirty. And it says, "This palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers." She is so sweet. I am a loyal subscriber. I love Jaclyn so much. And here we have all the shades. You can see some of them have been already used. We got the basics, we got the nudes, we got the shimmers, we got dark colors, we got warm tones, cool tones. Alright, so I'm going to tell you guys the names from left to right, from right to left. My right to my left. Alright, so we got Enlight, Beam, Silk Cream, MFEO, Faint, Sissy, and Little Lady. On the second row, we got Creamsicle, Butter, Pewter, Pukey, Hunt, Firework, and Queen. I love Pewter and Pukey. Those are the shades I use the most. Besides that, I really love that name. On the third row, we have Obsessed, SBN, Hilster, Roxanne, Jax, Bun, and Crabapple. Then we have Royalty, Twerk, Hustle, Meeks, 24/7, Chip, and Mocha. And on the very last row, this is one of my favorite colors to use, Pool Party, Jada, Diva, Enchanted, Central Park, Soda Pop, and Abyss. I do understand why she wanted to name this one Central Park, because I also love Friends, and I wish that she could have gotten the rights to name it Central Park. It would have been such an awesome, name to it, but I do understand why she named it Central Park. Okay, so I'm not going to do swatches because I bet that most of you guys have seen them either on Jaclyn's channel or on other beauty influencers' channels, so that's enough of that. I'm not going to do something that you guys have seen all this time. Okay, so the shimmers, I really do love the shimmers. And the matte shades, at first, I actually didn't really like them because they weren't that pigmented and sometimes they were a little hard to blend, but once you know, get the technique right, they are very, very easy to blend and they complement each other. I do believe that some of the shades that did not have that much pigment are meant to be either base shades or transition shades, so I do understand why some of these shades don't have, you know, that much pigment. We don't want a palette that's too pigmented, you know? Another good thing about this palette is that it doesn't have that much fallout. You just swirl your brush. It doesn't have any fallout. I mean, it does have fallout because all palettes have fallout, but this one is not excessive in a way that's like, oh, I paid this much for it and most of it is falling off. No, like this palette is actually very good in terms of fallout and consistency. I also love that Jaclyn said that this palette, she made it taking into consideration, you know, the different skin tones, because there are some palettes that only look good on lighter skin tones or palettes that only look good on darker skin tones. This is an all-around palette. There is a color scheme, there's a color here for everyone, which I really do love it and I appreciate it. It's an all-around palette and it's simply like your basic everyday palette. It looks good on everyone. Like, no matter what, there is something here for everyone. The price point. I believe that it's actually $30-something, $38, I think. I do understand why people were a little, you know, upset that this palette was pricier than Morphe's regular palettes. Mostly because it's a collab, so I do understand why it would be a little bit more pricey. Jaclyn did talk about the consistency and how she pressed and how they pressed each color differently. So there are a lot of factors that go into, you know, the price point for this palette. I do suggest watching Jaclyn's video on it. I will link it down below, so you guys will understand a little bit better why it's $38. I believe that $38 is the perfect price for this palette because this is, I've told everyone I know that this is the palette that everyone should have. This is a great beginner's palette, especially. It's a great palette if you don't, you know, if you're starting out makeup, you don't know which colors to buy yet. You can experiment with these. You got your, you know, your really bright colors. You got your basic colors, nudes. It's just the perfect palette for anyone wanting to start out and, you know, branch into makeup. The shipping. Overall, I actually don't have anything negative to say about this palette since I'm going to be 100% honest. At first, I was really, really excited to get it, and then I got a little disappointed by the swatches, but as I started playing with the palette just a little bit more, I realized why the consistency is different, or why some of the shades weren't as pigmented as why some of the shades weren't pigmented like other ones. And overall, I give this palette an A+. This is a great palette for everyone to have. I believe that everyone should have this palette in their makeup collection. If you're a makeup junkie, this is the palette for you. If you're a makeup enthusiast, palette for you. Makeup artist, this is the palette for everyone. I know some friends that say that, oh, like, I already have most of these colors, I'm not going to buy that palette. But I believe that no matter what, like, everybody should have this palette. It has your basics, it has your bright colors, cool tones, warm tones. This is a great palette to travel with, actually. Imagine, like, being able to travel and only taking this palette for your eyeshadow. And you have hundreds of different looks that you can do with this palette. Basically, I love this palette so much. I'm really, really glad that I took the time to experiment and play with it before I reviewed it. And I am really glad I got my hands on it. Thank you so much to Jaclyn for creating this palette. Jaclyn was actually the one that got me into makeup. I mean, I was already kind of into makeup, but Jaclyn just made my passion deeper for it, and I've been practicing a lot thanks to Jaclyn. So I owe everything to Jaclyn. The palette is wonderful. I really hope that Jaclyn continues to be successful in the makeup industry. I wish her the best. Oh, this fell off. I wish Jaclyn the best. Like, I wish her and John the best. I just, thank you from the bottom of my heart for creating this palette. This palette has been a lifesaver for me. Like, I don't have to use 5 different palettes to create one look. I can only use this palette, and it's enough. So, really, this palette, I do recommend it, 100%. I believe everybody should have it, and I really, really hope that everybody can get their hands on it. I believe it's a staple, and it's an essential for everybody to have this palette. Thank you guys so much for watching me review this beautiful Jaclyn Hill palette. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below anything that you recommend, any suggestions. Comment below if you got the palette and if you like it. If you didn't, comment down below if you disagree with me, why you disagree with me. I'm very open to having different points of view with people. Like, that's life. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to smile today. Pet a dog, pet a hamster, pet a cat, and just take some time for yourself. Be happy. Don't worry.